Hi, so this is Played Ed's Inside. I just finished playing through it for the first time. It doesn't take very long actually. I'll hold off any kind of real commentary on what I think about the game until we're near the end, or you can kind of establish your own opinion really. Anyway, let's start. So if you played Limbo, it's basically the same game. I'd probably say it's a little bit weirder though. If you haven't played Limbo, you play as a child, I assume, and you're in, to start with at least, you're in some kind of wooded environment. I think, but it does quite a lot of decent stuff with light and shadow. Actually, it's got a lot more of these stealth mechanics in it, and generally you're trying to evade these people. It's kind of hard to... No, it's not kind of hard to put the story together. I mean, on a basic level, you're trying not to get killed by these guys. Kill you, these enemies, when they see just normal worker people. And there are dogs. There are other ways that you can die, but beyond that, I don't really know what to say about the story. I'm not sure you can piece it together really what's going on. I think if you take it on face value, then it's what it is, and if you don't take it on face value, I'm not sure how deep it goes, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I'll try not to talk through the whole thing unless I have something to say. So your main ability is B, or I don't know, it's not on PlayStation, is it? It's the B button to interact with objects, and you can hide behind things, which is contextual, and there'll be some more controls that'll crop up a little bit later. Man, I hate dogs in games. This is a bad game for like not liking being killed by dogs. This is an interesting game with light and shadow and what it does. There's a lot of water in the game as well, but I thought that I have, no pun intended, but I thought it'd have a deeper meaning, but I haven't. I can't really piece that together, to be fairly honest. There just is water. As a puzzler, it's quite interesting. Generally the puzzles involve you dying a couple of times before you figure it out, which is quite good. It's quite atmospheric. I say it's probably the game's strongest point. We'll see how it fares the second time through. Did die a few times, guy. It's a very attractive game. It does look really good. I get a little bit of a Half-Life 2 vibe from this. I'm not quite sure why. It's really impressive visually. You want to watch that little stump kill me repeatedly. Oh, I'm dead. It's over. Wow, it's not over. Oh! It holds up second playthrough, it's pretty intense. Experience actually. Oh, why my controller lost connection? Oh, gonna drown. Forgot you could drown. So there's that. There's a lot of detail going on in the distance. I mean, there's a lot of work put into this game. Really is very solid and well presented. I don't think it spoils anything, and I mean, I wouldn't say this if I thought it would, because it's at least a 2-hour game, and you know, we're 10 minutes in, but there's a suggestion that what's going on is deeper and more meaningful than what you can immediately see. So with Limbo, there's definitely something going on in Limbo. I would hope there was something going on in Limbo. I mean, I made my mind up what was happening. I'm not sure I really know what's going on at all inside. Other than I said before, on this sort of face value, superficial level, but I'd hope there'd be more than that. Seems to make up more for what Limbo had in mystery and visuals. There's a lot of nuances, like the way that the animals, like birds and fish, follow you. It's quite stunning at times. I mean, that's a stack of dead pigs, but to my eyes it looks incredible. There's a weird thing about this game. I mean, I'm sitting about 10 foot, 15 feet away from my TV, which is pretty big. 4K, I mean, it doesn't make much difference, but it has a little bit of smoothing on it. TV, and it kind of, much detail as I'm going to get. The closer you get to your TV, it doesn't give you any more sharpness. I mean, it's kind of really hard to explain actually. There's a little bit later on where I wanted to look at the character closer, and I got closer to the TV to see what was going on. But as you get closer, it just seems blur. It's like an abstract painting, which again is a credit to the visuals, but definitely adds to this sort of weird environment. Okay, so we want these little chicks to go in there. Oh dear. I did have a decent play around with the Unity engine a while ago, and it seemed, obviously it's a strong engine, but I'm really good with the reflections, and even in glass, like Pepper's Ghost is really visually probably the strongest Unity game I've seen. I was thinking as well when I was playing through, like, would it add anything to it if this was in full 3D? And I mean, you could explore the environments a little bit more. I'd kind of enjoy that, but really it'd probably take away from the game, so no. Kind of dead pigs with worms crawling out their asses, a bit messed up. There's some messed up things in this. Oh, quicksand. Definitely thought quicksand was going to be a bigger deal in my life. That's Saturday morning cartoons for you. Cheers, buddy. Come on, Piggy. Okay. Yeah, this is messed up. It's kind of weird that you'd have a worm in your ass that controls your brain. Yeah, this is weird. So, I can't remember if you did something like this in Limbo, I really can't. But you go into a brain thing and can control other things. It's weird, it's so weird. But I don't feel satisfied with its explanation later, but maybe you will. If there is an explanation, I don't know. Like I said, the physics are amazing. I'm still amused by that. I mean, Half-Life... Maybe that's the Half-Life 2 vibe I'm getting, but Half-Life 2 came out. I had a lot of enjoyment from just the visuals and the physics. I kind of get that feeling too. I think Half-Life 2 is probably the first experience with like strong anti-aliasing solutions, so maybe that's kind of triggering something in my brain as well as the industrial look. A lot of push me, pull me kind of puzzles in this. Which I think the game's most satisfying when you're doing short, simple puzzles. Like I'm going to say combat. There's no combat in the game, but the challenges where you can actually die are really stressful. There's quite a lot of places where you can die actually, and it just makes you feel like a fool. But it's actually really enjoyable the first time through to die on some of these puzzles. And it's always your fault, which I quite enjoy. This one coming up in a second, totally my fault when I died on this. So we're going to push this safe off and break the ground. Probably spotted that. But it's attached to this piece of wood. So have to kind of be careful. Oh, I did it. Oh, I'm dead. I stood on it too long and it broke and tore me down with it, which I quite enjoyed. The trick is getting it just off the edge. Oh no. I mean, it's one of those games where you die and you kind of know it's your fault, so it's okay to die in a way, but you know, there's no massive punishment for it. You start back. It's good. It's a decent learning curve. like I say, simple puzzles, but never quite the immediate solution that you'd expect. Really, really well designed puzzles. And when you can do them, they're so simple. They're so simple, you just feel embarrassed about not getting time. So this is very limbo. Surprised they didn't just put a sign that said hotel. And here we go with the kind of mindless drones marching in. Which, as you play through, obviously it's intriguing as anything. Waiting for that payoff. So we'll see. Oh! Yeah, okay. I was wondering how I got past that before, because I'm pretty sure that's what I did.